Ghost call in the cave in the daytime calls. Hibernate, animals. Next night out when I'm feeling great. Bet this chick in it up to state. Heels is big and pie steak. She's a model, fuck that's great. Gave me a touch, said what's up. I said fucking nothing much. Asked me what I'm wearing. I said shh. Designer drugs, Lucy in the diamonds. Turn off the lights, are blinding. I'll spit this last line and you can call me Sky while it burns slow. I can see it through the flames of your lighter. I can see it with the lights down low. I can feel it when I'm standing beside you. Got the feeling that you wanna burn slow. I can see that you're always on a moving. I can see that you're always on go. I can feel that your mind's always rolling. Got the feeling that you wanna burn slow. Hold it in, ghost tote. When our lips touch, we both smoke. Get the feelings right, we both know. If the hit's too big, we both choke. Man, I love this feeling. Got my head above the ceiling, burning slow, cause we just chilling. Got nowhere to go but here, and I just love the way that you vibe. I'm on your level and I cannot what they say. I'm gonna do whatever feels right, so I lose it, no control. Light me up and just watch me go. Don't confuse it, I get stupid, I get stoned, yeah, I go ruthless, burning slow. I can see it through the flames of your lighter. I can see it with the lights down low. I can feel it when I'm standing beside you. Got the feeling that you wanna burn slow.
What's good, everybody? Sessions420 coming at you guys. We're a little late this morning. Had some shit we had to do. But we're live, guys. And we're live here on YouTube on Sunrise Sessions. So thank you for everybody that is going to show up today. And anyone that may watch this later on. I appreciate it. Just coming through. Do a little live with you guys. Hope everyone's had a great morning so far without me. We're going to grind down some flour. If you guys missed last night, we did a weed drop live on Sessions420. So the strains for today, we have Blueberry Limeade, we have LVC OG, we have some New York Sour Diesel, and we have some of this very nice Golden Storm. Smoke a little bit of New York Sour Diesel. Stay started on that. Oh man, this shit smells good. I'm posting pictures up on Instagram today. Alright, let's grab this bottle up. Rocking my Knights jersey today. It's our hockey team for Vegas. Y'all don't know. Fucking love my jersey. It's such a fucking warm ass fucking jersey. It was cold this morning, so throw on my hockey jersey. Good morning to everybody, good evening to some of you people, and good afternoon to those of you that are on the East Coast. I know you guys are breaking noon already. Nah, but we're live, guys. We're live this morning, just relaxing. Dog hair on my jersey, damn. I try absolutely as hard as possible to keep dog hair off of this jersey. It's almost impossible with the German Shepherd. Alright. I'm going to set up the grow box today, I think. It's going to be my mission. It's going to be my mission today, is get my grow set back up. My hand, it keeps itching, and I'm a very superstitious kind of person, so I believe whenever your hand itches, you're going to receive money of some sort. So the universe is going to bring me something today. Hope everyone has a wonderful day. Hope everyone has something great to be medicated on. I got 3 people watching. Appreciate you. May not be talking, but I see you watching, so appreciate it. I can hear my son, he's out there playing. He's loud, man. Like, he be fucking... At least he has fun. He enjoys his life. And, you know, he's a good kid. And he's literally playing right outside my door. I can hear him all. Cheers, everybody. Hope you guys got something great to medicate on. I'm going to be taking a big rip of this New York Sour Diesel. Cheers, everybody. First ball rip of the day. Yeah. Don't hesitate. I love this song. Oh, man. For those of you guys who don't know, I am a musician. I've been playing music my entire life. From singing, guitar, drums, piano, you name it, I can play it. Most of them. Most instruments I can play it. If I don't know how, I will pick it up to learn how. Right now, I'm in the process of learning how to play a violin. So, yeah. Man, I'm fucking, I'm dry this morning. Like, I feel like the fucking desert. I'm drinking 2 glasses of water already since I woke up. And, I don't know, I just feel super fucking dehydrated, it feels like. Trying to drink more. But, let's get this shit going over here, guys. So, today's just been a relaxed kind of a day. Nothing super special happening or nothing. It's not why I'm late. I just, stayed up until 5 in the morning playing Fallout. That was my first mistake. Second mistake was waking up 6 different times throughout that time I did sleep, kept getting woken up. So I ended up just fucking knocking out, sleeping in a little bit. Good. Alright, everybody out there, cheers to the chat. Let's get some in here. Let's go. Cheers. Got 4 thumbs up. Got 4 people in here. So that's cool. Not too bad. I like it. I'll take it. Appreciate you guys being here. We can get this other ball going. Cheers. You know, nobody really uses these big-ass bongs anymore. Most people they all want to smoke on these fancy, heady glass rigs. And I'm like, heady pieces are cool for dabbing, but not for bong rips. I want a fat, unless I had a really nice, giant, heady 2-foot bong or something, would be pretty cool. But it seems like nobody's making those. I even talked to one glass blower, and he actually said the reason that he wouldn't make them, it's because he'd have to sell it for like $10,000-$20,000. That's what he told me. I literally just cracked up laughing. I was like, nobody's gonna buy a bong for $10,000 to $20,000. I don't care. Even if you have money, that's just stupid. There's no need for that. But I mean, imagine, right? Imagine you fucking get a bong, and it's custom made or whatever. And I've had a custom made, 2-stack or double stack fucking layered bong. You know, they intricately connected to each other, and it was cool. And I paid like 300 something for it, so it still wasn't that much, you know. And for this, like I said, so for this guy to be like, oh, for a heady version of something like that would be, you know, $10,000 to $20,000. I just thought that was absolutely outrageous. I was like, nobody's gonna pay that. At least nobody I know would pay that. Correct me if I'm wrong. If you know somebody that would want to pay $20,000 for a bong, let me know. Not that I got one for selling. Nothing. I'm just saying, like I had somebody tell me that was a price, and I really couldn't believe that anybody in their right mind would fucking pay that. So now that could be the thing too. Maybe they're just not in their right mind when they're buying this shit. But let me take another bong rip for you guys. We're smoking on this New York Sour Diesel. Let me know in the chat what you guys are smoking on, if you are smoking. If you're just relaxing and watching, listening to the show, that's cool too. Like I said, I appreciate everybody out there. We got 4 people out there. We got 4 thumbs up for the morning. It's good shit for being late too. So appreciate it, guys. Cheers. Ooh. This New York Sour Diesel is good. Damn. This New York Sour Diesel is a little harsh. I don't know why. The last 2 batches I had were not harsh at all. They were actually very good strains. Don't get me wrong, this strain is good. I like it. It's just kind of harsh. God damn. Man. So, okay, there we go. I'm back. I'm okay. I'm live. I love this fucking jersey. It's just super fucking long. I don't know if you guys like hockey jerseys. Hockey jerseys are always super baggy. And I don't really like rolling up my sleeves on my jersey too much, but I do. Glorious bastard. I try. How's it going, love? Sporting my my Knights jersey over here. I don't know if y'all can see this shit. This is for our hockey team from Vegas. I've been a hockey fan my entire life. So the fact that we finally got one, a team, makes me so fucking happy. This is the goalie jerseys. This is Fleury, Andre Fleury. Dude's a legend in our fucking... He's a legend in hockey, let alone. He's our goalie now. He's fucking good shit. So, but I fucking I was super cold this morning, and I normally don't get like that. I just woke up and I was fucking cold, and I couldn't wake up. I was so cold. You ever get like that where you're so cold when you wake up, you just fall back asleep, like it's just that kind of cold. And like I said, I also stayed up to 4 in the fucking morning playing that damn Fallout game. You're still waiting for your smoke? Oh, that sucks. I had to wait last night until I don't know what time I popped that live. I did a live last night. You'd have to check it out and see. But I did a weed drop last night. I want to say it was on like 8 o'clock my time. And it took forever for them to get here. And I was like, come on, man. What are you doing? Well, it shouldn't take that long. No, but I finally got it. I ended up getting these different strains. I got 3 different strains. Plus we still have some of that blueberry limeade. Let's say, as long as you're having a okay day, as in you're safe, your kids are safe, everyone is good kind of day, and you're just kind of waiting on your smoke, then that's not a bad day. That's a good day. I will say that waiting on your drops are fucking annoying. Like anticipation and anxiety is just like goes hand in hand when you're waiting on a delivery like that. Especially when you know the second you get it, you're gonna smoke and everything's gonna be wonderful. But for some reason, up until the moment of getting it, it's like a panic mode the whole time. At least that's how I feel when I'm waiting for my pickup or my drops. But I also live in a legal state, and so it's legal now here. So it does make things easier, and it does make it a little bit less pressure. That doesn't sound sad at all, love. You're right here. You're on Sunrise Session, and we're here for you. So we got 5 people in the watching right now. We've had like 3 or 4 people jumping in, but no conversation. Everyone's been super quiet. So I was like, all right, well, you guys want to watch? Just watch. I'll talk shit. I'm okay with that. Could just be working. Could be fucking driving. Could be just cleaning up their house and they just got it playing on the TV. You know, never know what someone's doing, but I'm here and I'm going to be talking. So, anyways, we're smoking on this New York Sour Diesel. Waiting about. Damn. Right? I love the lurkers, man. Those are my favorite people because I'm always so curious. I'm like, what are you doing while you're listening to the show? You know, those are the ones that I like because I you know, those are the ones that'll make the show great. Because that's what you do with other TV shows, talk shows, things like that. They just play while you live your life, and you just listen. You know, so I like that. There's nothing wrong with that. It's actually encouraging to me, and it gives me motivation to keep doing it. So, cheers. Exactly, see, and because if you think about it, like here, you know, Good Morning America or Good Morning Britain, you know, those kind of shows. If you look at it, the majority of people that watch them don't actually just sit there and watch it. They're walking around their house, cleaning, washing dishes, cooking breakfast, making, you know, their coffee, whatever. But the whole time the show is going, and they are listening intuitively and subconsciously the whole time. So I like that. It kind of pumps me up. I'm like, yeah, you know, I'm the Good Morning America over here for the cannabis. Anyways, we need to grind up some more flour. Let's see. So let's pick. We got 4 separate strains. We have the LVC OG, the Golden Storm, the New York Sour Diesel, and the Blueberry Limeade. Excuse me. So I'm kind of curious on what I should grind up next. I just smoked some of the New York Sour Diesel. And it's good. Don't get me wrong, I like it. But I kind of want more indica. So between the LVC OG and Desert, let's go with the LVC. We're going to go with the LVC OG from Las Vegas Cultivations. Shit smells good. Shit smells good. Well, this shit, not most shit. Most shit doesn't smell good, just say. Well, I mean, if that's your cup of tea, I guess, you know, then that's, not gonna judge you. But don't get mad if we refer to you as a shitty person. So how was your day, Creepy? I hope your day was well. The one person I'm surprised that I haven't seen today is Timekeeper. I wonder where he's at. Not in the tea, thank you. Okay. Should prefer it somewhere else? You can't talk about your day yet? Oh. Uh-oh. Cheers. For sure. I'm cold. It's fucking cold in my office right now. I'm surprised. I don't know why it's so fucking cold. Like, I don't know why. I never turned the heater on yesterday. That's why it's cold in my house. I didn't turn the heater on. That's my fault, right? I can't blame nobody else. Shout outs to Phoenician Grinder. Make sure you guys go check it out at PhoenicianEngineering.com. Let them know in the comments section over there who sent you. It's winter. Winter is coming. Let me ask you, do you watch Game of Thrones? I was only able to watch the beginning of it, and then I couldn't get into it. There's too much drama. I was just like, I'll just be chopping everybody up, man. Fuck all these people. Everybody is betraying somebody else. Damn, this whole show is nothing but betray. Exactly. See? Like, I just make jokes about it. That's all I do. I watched the first, parts of the first season, I think it was, or whatever. And I was just like, once they cut off the head of the one dude at the beginning, I was like, man, that dude was cool. I was like, man, I ain't even trying to fuck with this shit now. Some bullshit. It literally made me stop watching it right there. I was like, fuck this shit. Shady motherfucker. Like, the dude that wrote it, what was his name, R.R. Martin? I would never fucking trust that guy. If he could write something so twisted and backstabbing, you know he's a shady motherfucker. Just saying. Cheers, guys. Sounds like my marriage. Damn. That ball rip got me. Excuse me. Damn. Yeah, but it's true. They really do. Like, that whole show is basically like a softcore fucking porn. The whole fucking time. That and really obnoxious fucking long dramatic conversations. Like, that would have been that must have been the most boring book to write. Like, I feel like it was so much talking. Like, how do you have the time to make up that much talking in your fucking head? Like, if you have voices talking to you like that, you should tell them to go away. Just my opinion. I don't know. I just it didn't really touch bases with me. Yeah, I definitely, that is the true statement. Excuse me. I will say this though, with that show, it is a successful show. They've made a lot of progress with it, and with progress, comes boredom, in my opinion. No show, no matter I don't care how good the show is. Once it's been on air for a while, it gets really fucking boring. Like, it's just this, unless they change it up constantly, it's just the same fucking shit over and over. Hey, we got 6 people in here. Make sure everybody hits those thumbs up, guys. We got 4 thumbs, 6 views. Let's get everybody in here and get that chat going. What's good, Timekeeper? Good morning to you. Good evening. Actually, good afternoon. Good evening to everybody else. Good morning to the rest of the half of the world. And good day to the motherfuckers that just happen to be stuck in the Midwest. So, but anyways, guys, I'm fucking this weed's hitting me. This fucking hitting me nice. I like it. I like it a lot. I didn't know that I was gonna enjoy going back to flower so much. Sunrise is on. Yeah, I had a late start this morning. I love to make excuses and have a wonderful reason for doing this. What it is, and we can get straight to it, is Kazar stayed up until 4 in the fucking morning playing a fucking Xbox game. So I just couldn't wake up for some fucked up reason, apparently. And then I was fucking freezing cold, and then that made me fall back asleep, apparently. And then I woke up, right? I'm fucking around with my dog and shit. She's jumping on me. I'm messing with the dog, playing with her. And I'm like, damn, what time is it, right? And I got those the blinds on my window that when you close them, it's pitch black. Like, it blacks out the light. So I was like, fuck, I'm gonna open the window. I open the window, it's fucking midday. I'm like, whoa. I was like, what time is it? My wife's like, it's like almost noon. I was like, whoa, are you serious? What do you mean? I was like, what the fuck happened to the day? I did not realize I had slept like that. But for me, I just kind of, it's the winter. We're gonna blame it on that. It's the change of season, the time going back, all that shit. You know, it's that's fault, not my fault. I didn't make the mistake, guys. Blame it on that. Blame it on the time. No, I got up and it's like I said, the first thing I saw was my jersey, because my jersey's always hanging up, and because I try, because I keep this away from everything else. I love my jersey. If you guys don't know, hockey jerseys are fucking expensive, and this is an actual authentic on ice jersey. This is a legitimate, like, I got the straps and everything for the pads on it. This is a legitimate player jersey. I love this jersey. Some people wouldn't even wear it. I didn't get it, so I couldn't wear it. I got it, so I could wear it. It's a Marc-Andre Fleury jersey. He's my favorite player, or my favorite goalie at least. And he was my favorite goalie before we got him in Vegas, which was super fucking awesome when they said he was going to be our goalie. But I grabbed this shit because it was so fucking cold. I put this shit on, man. This jersey is so fucking warm. Like, I swear, I could go outside in the fucking snow in this shit and I'd be fucking perfectly fine. Alright. I don't want to wait either. Let me take a nice bong rip. We're smoking on the Las Vegas LVC OG from Las Vegas Cannabis Cultivations. So, cheers. I gotta fucking clear out this bong. It's been dark for 3 hours. That's how it was last night. I took a nap and I woke up from what time? I want to say it was like maybe 6, I think. I slept from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. and it got dark in that time. Whoa, that shit fucked with me. Like, I felt like I had been asleep for like 6 months or some crazy shit, and like I woke up and started thinking like things that I was told was just a dream. Like, it was that kind of like messed up kind of fucking wake up. Like, I was delirious and shit. I was like, whoa. I was like, I gotta stop taking some big bong rips before sleeping. Woo! Hope you guys all have a great day. Hope you guys got something great to smoke on. I know, creepy, you don't yet, but that happens sometimes. When's the last time you called him? Hit him up. Be like, yo, where the fuck you at? I don't know. That's how I am. I don't play with my people. Like, I'm like, look, you want that money or not? That's how I try to make it like that. I don't let them know that they have any kind of control, right? I don't let them know that. I don't let them know that they need me, right? I don't need them. They need me. It's a difference. I've had dealers, like, go out of their way to fucking bring me product and shit. Yeah. Do you have another contact, or is that like your only resource, so to speak? Because I've had one plug for a while before where I only went through one person, but I always had a backup. I always had at least one backup, if not more. Oh, well, now you definitely okay. No, look, I'm so sorry that had to happen to your dear friend, and I'm just gonna tell you right now. You are now in control. They need to get another car. So now you hold the power. You be like, look, I know you need to make the money to, get that car, to get that other car, and but I don't want to wait too much longer. I don't want to get it from somebody else. I'd rather just get it from you. I trust you more. Give them this bullshit, build them up a little bit, make them feel like they're on this like pedestal of dealers and shit. And you just fucking, you're like, but it's getting late. And then all of a sudden you go realize they coming through because they were fucking slacking. Trust me, I know this because I used to be the game. All right, I did that shit. That was my business. Don't ever let nobody ever tell you that shit. I see. That's the thing. My business worked so well, and I made so much money. It was so profitable for me, not because of my product. It was profitable for me because of my customer service. I'm so serious. I had people tell me that. I had the best customer service. I had a reward system. Alright? I had a fucking reward system. Who the fuck does that? You would fucking buy from me, and depending on how many people you would fucking, you would bring to me, and depending on how much they purchased, you got credit. Like, I knew people, there was this one kid that I used to supply, and, his name was, Tristan. He used to ride a scooter everywhere, like a little push scooter, like by foot kind of scooter, little kid scooter. And so we used to call him the Scooter Kid. And he would bring so many people to me, new customers, all this shit, that he at one point had like $400 in credit. I'm so serious. And he picked it up all at once too. He picked up like an ounce of wax. Oh no, it was like a half ounce of wax or something like that. But keep in mind, my shit was expensive back then. But at Christmas, I've had the Christmas. Absolutely had the Christmas. Cheers. That's a good deal. That's a really good deal. Man. I'm pretty faded right now. Taking big bong rips. And my phone's going off. Excuse me, I'm so sorry for coughing in your ear. Damn. Oh my goodness. He's probably dead now? Damn, that's terrible. Unfortunately, I mean, don't you, for whatever reasons why you say that, you know, sucks. Hopefully it was not like murder or something. But you said that. I'm so fucking high. I'm just like relaxed. See, but that's the thing. I feel like I'm still fucking tired. Even like my train of thought isn't really there right now. Like I would be the dumbest conversation right now, and not the good dumb, just kind of like the I really wouldn't know what to talk about, and I really am in that moment right now too. Mainly just because the way I slept, I woke up so much, I just really didn't sleep straight through. Oh, for sure. That's what's up. Yeah, unfortunately, you know, every time you meet someone awesome, you always have to know that at one point or another, they're gonna pass away. Either them or you first. But, I don't know. I always say I wish, I don't want to outlive everybody I love, but at the same time, it would be easier for me to lose them than I believe it would be for them to lose me. And I say that because the people that I would know it would bother, I make a genuine daily impact there. So I wouldn't want to be there or not be there for them. That's my drive for living, is I know that there's people out there that they would literally be lost if they didn't have me, you know, as their friend or as family. So I would never want to do that to them. I made a promise to myself that I would do anything and everything I could to be here until, you know, obviously until I can't, you know, prevent it. But at the same time, I want to make sure I'm able to, you know, achieve that with every single person I know and love. Is try to help them with whatever the fuck their problem is. I don't care what they deal with. I'm there. I'll always be there. And that goes for you guys too. Like, for real. Like, I've had some people, you know, from the lives hit me up with different problems and stuff. Yeah. Last year, man, it still freaks me out, you know, knowing I almost bled, that I was bleeding to death in my car from a fucking tooth extraction. It's sad. I still, like, it really does fuck with me, like, when I start thinking about it and stuff. But, you never know. And my whole motivation for life, all I could think about was my son. And not that I was going to miss him or any of that. I thought he's not able to protect himself yet. I haven't been able to teach him, the things in life that I learned that will save him in the long run and protect him. So, yeah, I'm glad you didn't either, TK. Like, damn straight. I'll tell you that right now. That's no good, man. Like I said, my misfortune was such a fucking just blunderfuck of stupidity. The surgeon hits an artery and didn't know. He didn't know he did it. I mean, this guy almost killed me and sent me home. Like, I knew something was wrong. I felt like something was wrong. And it's because I was bleeding to death. And I was suffocating on my own blood, which was not fun. But, ever since then, I've had some pretty bad issues. Like with, sensations in my throat. Like, I constantly feel like I can't swallow sometimes, and it'll start freaking me out. And I have to just tell myself I'm completely fine. There's nothing fucking wrong with me. And I believe it so much that it overpowers the sensation, So, it just really fucking bothered me. But hey, if it wasn't for that fucking paramedic, alright, the ambulance guy, he saved me. And the reason and how he saved me, none of the other ones thought about it or anything. He took one of those suction hoses that they use when, you're bleeding or whatever to try to stop the bleeding or to control it to find the, the wound or whatever. He shoved it in my throat and sucked about, I'd say, I don't even know how much he would say. It was just like this giant blood clot that he noticed because of the way I was breathing. Like, he said I was suffocating. I didn't even know it because I was in shock. I was like, okay. However, they did tell me. They said they asked me. They said, "How are you so calm during all of this?" And I just kind of, to myself, the reason I was so calm was because during this time, at the moment, I would meditate for 3 hours a day. Every fucking day, I would just meditate as much as possible, and I'd get to these levels of meditation where I truly believe that I had the ability of leaving my body. Like, it was very, 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 very intense meditation. And so when this happened, I put myself in that mindset. I was so calm the whole time. I knew I was bleeding out. Like, like, it scares me to think about it, but I didn't realize how much blood, because remember, I had dental surgery, so my whole face, it was completely numb. Okay, I had a black shirt on, and the whole entire shirt was completely saturated, as in you could take the shirt and wring it out, and blood would just run out of it. There was so much blood. I lost like I think it was like 3 pints of blood. I think it's or 3 liters. Something. It was like, all I know is they told me, they said if I lost another half a liter, I would have went unconscious, and then after that, if I would have lost any more, I would have died. The ER surgeon, he didn't know what to do. Like, he was freaking out. So they started, like, it was crazy. But I had to be driven back in our own car to the fucking surgeon, the same surgeon who fucked up. And everything. Like, they couldn't transport me in an ambulance or nothing. Like, that's how fucked up Vegas is and our fucking insurance is. Like, they're fucked up, the doctors. But, like I tell people, the last thing I really remember was trying to get into the building that they sent us to. All the doors were locked. And it was that was like the last thing I remember. I don't really remember going into the building or anything like that. I have like little kind of like thoughts of it, so I think I kind of remember stuff. But at the same time, like after it happened, like more and more, a little bit more, I'll remember a little bit more. But there's a part of me now. Here's this. Now listen to this theory, okay? This is crazy shit. a part of me believes I died, or a version of me died that day. I do believe so, very much so, because like I said, I have vivid memories of everything up until going into the building, and then everything is just real hazy there. Now, if that was the case, right, well then what is this version, right? Do we just keep living every time you die? Every version of you? Is there just another version of you that you just wake up in? And then I thought about, well, what about the people that hear voices, right? They go crazy, right? Well, what if it's just that so many versions of yourself has died, that there's so many versions of you trapped in one individual person, right? Like you're the last one or something. How fucking, like, I don't know, this is just like a thought that came to my mind, and it was just like, it freaked me out. Oh my god. That's fucked up. Sorry to hear that. Damn, that's more fucked up than what I'm talking about happened to me. Shit. No, because, but anyways, I have this theory, and the reason I have this theory is because I swear, right, after I woke up, right, I remember waking up in the office and like kind of walking out of it, and it's all kind of a blur still, but I remember that, and I remember getting in the van and driving home, and then I remember just sleeping. That's all I remember. You know, and then I didn't talk or smoke or nothing for the next day, and then after that I smoked, and you know, I talked about it on like Ben India's channel and shit like that. I was gone for like a couple of days. I wasn't live, and then I went live again and stuff like that. But this is the thing, right? So after that happened, I could no longer meditate. I tried to meditate, and I can't get that mindset anymore. It's gone. Don't know why it's gone. It's just not there. That's why I tell people I'm on a hunt for DMT. I believe that either something happened to me during that process and it blocked that part of my mind, or they used a bunch of fluoride during the procedure, which will calcify the pineal gland, which creates natural occurring DMT through your mind, which meditation helps, you know, release. Or the other, you know, last theory is that this is a different version of myself that I woke up in, and everything is different here. And the reason I say that is things actually changed after this happened. And when I say things changed, I mean everything fucking changed. From Sunrise Sessions collapsed, right? There's all this chaos and shit that just came out of nowhere. Shit between personal life with my family, to my brother taking his life, to, it was just like this catastrophic downfall of fucking craziness happened right after this. So a portion of me does truly believe this is a different version of another version of myself that exists. But like I said, I believe in infinite universes, you know, in versions, every possibility. There's a universe where it exists. You know, there's a version of me where I'm black. There's a version of me where I am Asian. There's a version of me where I have one arm. There's a version of me where I have no arms. There's a version of me where I have two heads. You see what I'm getting? Every possibility exists, at least in theory. So when it comes to that, I think of quantum immortality. Okay, this is a theory. It's a very unknown theory amongst people. A lot of people don't think, you know, even research it. It's a very skeptical theory in quantum physics. But we can fathom, or say imagine, right? We can imagine any type of thing that we're told, anything, but we cannot imagine death. We can imagine dying, ways of dying, but you cannot actually imagine the concept of death. Exactly. There's a short black version of Kaiser. It looks like fucking Kevin Hart, and I'm actually, you know, a famous comedian instead. Like, I'm serious. This is a theory that there's infinite versions of yourself. Anything that you've ever thought of, there's a universe. The second you created the thought, you create a whole entire universe of existence, of that whole world exists just because you thought of it. Now, that also means our universe may exist because another version of you thought of it. You see what I'm saying? So it's just like a continuous, overlapping, infinite creation of universes, constant. So that's why every version that is, in theory, possible to exist does. But I believe I don't know. I believe that if you were to in quantum immortality, the theory of quantum immortality basically says we cannot fathom death. Okay, you cannot imagine it. We don't have no idea whatsoever what takes place in the act of death. All right, we can imagine all the way up to the moment of it, but not death. Why? Well, quantum immortality states that if we cannot imagine it, then therefore it cannot actually ever exist. Right? Which fucking, when I was researching this, my mind was blown immediately. I was like, okay, hang on. What? So think about it this way. Basically, if you can't imagine it, then it can never happen. So if you cannot ever die, then what happens when you die, right? Well, because we know someone dies, we see that. But we don't see ourselves die. We'll never see that. So then it brings the theory to existence, which is quantum immortality, would be if you die, you basically just open your eyes, you blink, and you're another you all of a sudden. You might have a thought of something else, like as if it happened, but then you're just like, oh, there's a weird thought, What if it's like that? How crazy, and then the fact is that we have no way of proving what is or isn't. See? A lot of people don't. You don't know. This may be a different version of you. And I don't know. I feel like in those mindsets, right? If you think of death or life and in any attachment to them, there is no explanation. We have no reason for why we are here, and we have no explanation of where we go when we die. Now, I believe, we are conscious at death. We do comprehend what's happening. And I believe that there's more. Therefore, we can measure the energy levels of a human being. And therefore, we know that energy cannot be destroyed in any aspect whatsoever. All energy will exist forever and always. It will never dissipate. It changes its format in a sense. It always will be. See, I believe that. It's very possible that a dog dies, but maybe that dog doesn't reborn into a new one. What if it never dies? What if that version of the dog never ages? It never actually changes. It's just our perception of it. Time is something that man created. You got to remember that. Animals have no recollection of time. They know dark and light. They know cold and warm, but they never comprehend time. And as far as we know, and the reason we say this is because there is a portion of the brain that activates when we think about time. Okay? So that changes everything, where animals don't. They have no recollection of it. They have no theory, no thoughts of it. There's just, it is. We are the only species who is, in my opinion, stupid enough to pay attention to that, to have created a measurement of time. Measure days, sure. A light cycle, but no need to measure hours, minutes, seconds, because then you basically sit there and you count down your life, and people don't realize they do that. Birthdays are nothing more than a glorified expiration date, in my opinion. That's why I don't pay attention to time. I don't. I'll go live and I'll look down and I'm like, oh, I've been live for 2.5 hours. I don't care. Time is irrelevant to me. I basically just exist in this universe and simply am here, right? And through meditation. See, now that's the thing, is I remember everything I learned through meditation. I remember all the messages, all the lessons, all the feeling that I had. But I just feel that I cannot hit her up and be like, no, I need this shit. I'm having a bad day. Come through. Offer to smoke. Not that you don't have it. But I don't know. I don't know. There's so many crazy theories out there. My biggest one is to believe that anything that is possible, exists in the universe, or in the universal theory of infinite universes. Now, this is one. She can come tomorrow. Yes, just will it into your universe. Now, this is what we're going to do. And I'm serious, okay? Believe. And say this. Say this out loud, right? You said you're by yourself with the cats. The cats are going to look at you weird, whatever. I might know you do it. But say this out loud. Say, she's going to come through. You're going to visualize. But visualize it when you see it. You're going to visualize your phone go off, that she's telling you she's there, and she's coming or on the way or whatever, however it normally works. Visualize the whole entire situation and how it happens. Visualize you getting your cannabis. Visualize yourself actually smoking it. Feel yourself take the hit and mimic it like you're fucking rolling it, smoke it, the whole motion, and believe it. You can will it into your universe if you want to. And if you believe it, don't doubt it in any way whatsoever, because the universe doesn't listen to yes and no or right and wrong. It just listens to what you're talking about. Alright? So if you're talking about getting your weed and you know you want your weed and that's all you want, keep it in your mind. Don't stop thinking about it. Your mind is a very powerful thing. Okay? I do this all the time. And there is actually, I was actually gonna, like, I want to write a book on this shit. And there is actually someone, there's doing, you know how like on YouTube, I know you guys have had to see the advertisements for like, oh, go to this master class and they'll teach you how to do this, and oh, do that master class from this celebrity and they'll teach you how to do their trade. Or well, there's one that teaches you how to ask the universe for things, and positive thinking and willing things into your world. Man, I said, fuck you. I said, that's bullshit. I've been doing this my whole fucking life, and now here's a motherfucker gonna come out of nowhere and try to make money doing it. That's dirty. I'm like, I teach people this shit because everyone shit has the ability to do it. Like, it literally, it's on a quantum scale, you are changing the makeup of your reality. You are bending reality to your whim. And that's where, perfect example, where the theory behind genies or jinns come from. If you go back in culture, real jinns or genies, you know, from the magic lamp and kind of shit, basically they would ask you, what did you want? You know, your wish is my command. That is the same aspect of the universe, is your wish is the universe. You know, it's you know, the universe is at your command. You have to be careful though what you wish for. And when I say that, you can be in a relationship and you focus on the turmoil and the angry and the dark parts of it. You will continue to see it. You'll start to see more of it. And you'll realize that it seems to drown out any light that was there. But if you do the opposite and you focus on the light, on the good, on just the happy as much as you can, even if it's the smallest amount of it, you will start to see the good. You will start to feel the good things again. Even if it's not, you know, to fix a relationship or anything, but just for your own peace of mind, so that you're not negative about your past or the things you've been through. Try to change your perspective. And that's exactly what the universe will do for you if you ask it. And I know a lot of people who believe in like the law of attraction. Well, the law of attraction is a very real thing. If you sit there and you look at something all the time, over and over and over again, before you know it, you're gonna get it. And the reason I know I can tell you this, and I have facts behind this to back it. Go to Sessions420 here on YouTube. Go to my very first video. Look at what it looks like and what I did, okay? And then go to my next video. And then go to the next 5 videos. And then look at the products and just keep looking at how things are just coming after one after another, after another, after another, after another, after another. Before I knew it, I had so many things being sent to me by so many different companies, I didn't have the time to film the fucking videos. Okay? Do you understand what that means, guys? I sat there and I had this image in my mind of what I wanted to do. Right? So I willed it into my universe, but I willed it into my universe so fucking strong, it was overwhelming because I didn't think it would work so well. I doubted my own self and my own abilities. And that's why I tell people, you can do this. You can do anything you want to. Anything is possible with the belief, you know. And now here's the thing, right? You can go here on YouTube and look up DMT machine elves, right? There is this. There's a few different people have talked about it. But one in particular, there's a guy who talks about his DMT trip and coming across these different dimensional beings, right, from another dimension. And he said basically they control the aspects of of our universe. And anything you want, all you have to do is ask them, and they'll make it happen. If you want to be happy, tell them you want to be happy. They'll make it happen. They are the architects of our universe, basically. They control and run everything. There's a few people that have said they've seen these beings and talked to them, right? And which is really kind of crazy, but it is believable when it comes down to it with the law of attraction. If you want something enough and you believe in it enough and you talk about it and you ask about it and you look at it constantly, you'll get it. I do it all the time. I wanted a guitar, so I thought about a guitar and I kept thinking about it and I couldn't get it out of my mind, and all of a sudden I realized I was going with my mom somewhere and she was like, do you want to go to the pawn shop? And I was like, yeah, shit, let's go to the pawn shop. Why not? You know, we went to just go look around some stuff. She likes to go look at jewelry and stuff that they have at the pawn shops. And I happened to go and I look at the guitars and here's this fucking Fender acoustic guitar. It's like a $600 fucking acoustic. They have marked down to $40. I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh, fuck yes. I was like, absolutely. Let's go. Right? And this is where the will of the universe comes in. I had been visualizing myself with this nice tan sanded acoustic guitar. I didn't have a brand in mind. I just had a nice acoustic guitar. But I wanted a hard case. Right? So I that's all I kept seeing in my mind was walking out with this hard case guitar. So I get this guitar, right? And I tell this guy, whatever, right as I get ready to walk away, I just get this theory. Boom, snaps in my mind. It's like, hey, what about the guitar case? You should have a guitar case. That's what you visualized, right? So I said, okay. I'm like, all right, mind. Let's see what we can do, right? So I turn around. I say, hey, man, excuse me, man, let me ask you a question. I said, do you guys sell guitar cases? He said, nah, brother, man. Well, he said, unfortunately, what we do with them when people pawn a guitar, he said, we just throw the case away. I was like, oh, shit. So now, first of all, I'm going to be checking the dumpster behind the pawn shop for guitar cases because, damn, those are like a couple $100 fucking dollars. They're not cheap, so I don't know why they're throwing them away. They're stupid. Like, I even told him that. I was like, you should sell them, dude. They're worth money. A lot. But, anyways, hopefully some homeless people are stealing them from the back and going selling them somewhere. Make some money. Anyways, I was like, damn, really? I was like, any chance you guys got a guitar that's about to go on the floor that might have a case ain't been thrown away yet? He's like, I doubt it. He's like, most of them we throw them away when they first pawn them in. Or the second they go out on the floor, they throw them away. And he goes, well, you know what? He goes, let me check for you, man. He goes, I don't got nothing else to do real quick. He's like, there's no one else. He goes, let me go real quick, right? My mom's just looking around at rings and shit, and I'm just talking. And I was looking at a 80-inch TV they had. It was pretty fun. It was big-ass TV, man. I was like, God damn. So anyways, I'm looking at this TV. Dude comes out. He goes, hey, brother, right? I turned around. He goes, would this help? It's a fucking hard case guitar case, or a hard back guitar case for an acoustic guitar with all latches, locks, leather bound, whole 9 yards, right? I was like, okay, this is exactly what I had visualized in my mind. Exactly. Right? And I mean, like, down to the fucking latches. It was exactly what I had seen in my mind. How fucking crazy, right? And, like, some people may believe it, others may not. I'm going to take a bong rip and you think about it. But I tell you, your mind is a very powerful thing. But that also tells you, though, that every bad thing, things that go wrong, sometimes you did will it into your universe. And if you think about it long enough, you will actually find things that you'll be like, damn, why did I think about that so fucking much? I made that shit happen. I've done it with my wife. I've made fights occur simply because I couldn't stop thinking about fighting with her about something stupid. Or I just assumed that it was going to be a problem, and then I made a problem happen when there was never a problem to begin with. See what I'm saying? Power of your fucking mind can fuck with you, too. It can make your world a wonderful place, or it can make it a very dark place, too. All up to you. On that note, I'm going to take a fucking bong rip. Alright, cheers. Yeah, he didn't charge me nothing for it. That's pretty cool. Yeah, he was cool though. The dude was pretty cool. He was a young black dude. He's probably like in his fucking early 20s. Now here's the thing, guys. Keep in mind, I'm also a wonderful salesman and a fucking probably the best damn negotiator you may ever meet. Some people don't know what I mean by that, but I can negotiate with anybody, with anything. I negotiate prices at fucking stores. How many fucking people you know can do that? Like, I'm serious. I literally can go into a store and say, I'm not going to pay what they have this listed for. I'm just going to tell them it's something different. And people are like, you can't do that. I'm like, watch me. I never pay full price for anything, anywhere I go. And people are like, how do you do that? Because in my mind, this is my universe, and in my universe, I don't pay full price for shit. Literally, people think I'm nuts. And I tell people, and I've shown this off on the YouTube channels before and on lives. This is why, and I recommend you do this. You see what this is? This is $100,000. This is my $100,000 bill, okay? I made this shit when this was my last dollar. I had no fucking money to my name. I didn't know how I was going to pay my bills. I didn't know what the fuck I was going to do. I just stopped working. I had no money, literally. I had $1. So what did I do? With the last bit of my weed I smoked, I was super high. And I made a $100,000 bill. Wrote 100,000. Put $100,000 zeros in the back. Gave this motherfucker an afro and some glasses because I was super fucking high. And I carry this with me everywhere I go. And I tell myself, I have $100,000 in my universe at all fucking times. Whatever I need, whenever I need it, it's fucking there if I need it. And since the day I made this, I promise you, I have not had a struggle. Every problem I've had has been resolved. Every financial issue I have fucking foreseen just faded away. Because I believe in this. I hold this as true as my fucking bank card. I keep the same respect for this as I do to my gun. Like, this is the most treated, like, cared for item I have. And I recommend you do the same. And believe it. Believe you have it, and the world will keep bringing you the things you need when you need them. Because you have this. And some people may think it's silly or funny or whatever. Look at my life. And for the people that know me personally, they do this now. Because they see what I have and what I've done. And it's with the most simplest things. And I do nothing. And I don't say I do nothing. I do very little to achieve them. They just seem to happen or manifest themselves somehow. And I'm grateful. I'm not boasting. I'm grateful for them. And I'm so thankful for every moment. Right? Like, I have a belief when I see repeating digits, like 1111, 333, 222, 11, stuff like that. I will, thank the universe. They're repeating numbers, and the universe it's a sign. That's how I see it. Always have. And in those moments, I will stop whatever I'm doing, and I will say every fucking thing I am thankful for in that moment. And I mean, from saying I'm thankful to my shoes, to thankful for my family, thankful to the water in my cup. Like, I just be thankful for what you have at that moment. Whatever you're truly thankful, say it. I'm not thankful for this commercial, but I am thankful for the music. But I recommend you do that. Take it, and take $1 and do it. What's it gonna hurt? What are you gonna lose? $1? Just saying. Cheers. Now, see, some people believe, in some of that kind of stuff. I also, you have to understand that old magic was willed into belief. Okay, the belief in it is what made it happen. That's like voodoo. People that practice voodoo does affect people, but it only affects people that believe in it. If you don't believe in it, it won't do shit to you. But if you believe in voodoo, voodoo can affect you then. Okay? Keep that in mind, guys. I've had a lot of time to study a lot of things. And magic is one of them. When I say magic, I'm not talking about, magic tricks. I'm talking about, like, old magic shit. And that's part of it. Believing in something like that and, can manifest it into something very real. So I believe that that's what I have done with that bill. By believing in it so strongly, I've put so much energy into it. I have manifested a true thing. And one day, when I achieve my goals and I get to where I am and where I want to be in life, and I have, the 100,000 in my bank, I will give that to someone and I will explain it to them and give them the first, whatever I can give them to help them start their life. And may they do the same thing for someone else. That's my whole goal in life. Whatever I do in life is to give on to someone else. I have no reason to hold on to anything anymore. Like I said, having a near death, put things into realization to me. Yeah, I thought about that, but I feel like I believe my son should make his and put his energy into it. And the reason B is because it's something you have to create to understand to a point. But it is also something I can fly something to my roof. No, you can't. There's reality versus imagination. And the reason why you can't fly is because in the back of your mind, in your subconscious, even though you say you believe you can fly, you don't. You actually doubt it regardless. So tell yourself you can fly as much as you want to. Your subconscious mind is going to always tell you you can't. That's where you have to learn how to master it, is the power from a negative thought can be measured on a scale, okay? Same thing with a positive thought. And when I say a positive thought, I'm saying, like, be thankful. Like, talk about the things you're thankful for. It is like a 10 times more powerful thought of energy that is created than when you when you have a negative thought about anger or things like that, right? And these are documented scientific records that this happens. So if you have a negative thought, it's going to be impossible to try not to. And that's why people are like, oh, just be positive, positive thinking. Well, positive thinking is fucking real. It's a real thing. About gravity. Yeah, it's possible too. The whole thing is, I don't know which drugs to take though. It's going to turn gravity off, Hey, according to the flat earthers, isn't there no gravity at all? Isn't that what they say? There's no gravity. That shit kills me. I laugh every time I hear that. I don't know. I could never actually believe that the world is flat. Eat some acid and drop some shrooms. Oh, Kazar, you are high, sir. Oh my goodness. I just eat some shrooms and drop some acid. There we go. Let's read that correctly. See, you had an LMAO for that shit, but you didn't realize you was laughing out loud because Kazar was going to read that shit backwards as fuck. You have someone that doesn't believe in space? Eat some acid. Look, I'll tell you right now, if you don't believe in space, that's okay. You're afraid. That's all it is. Look, a lot of people don't want to admit that, but the biggest reason behind creating controversy amongst theory is because of a fear of not understanding it. Look, I have talked to people about quantum theories, right? And most people look at you like you're fucking nuts, or they're offended somehow. And what it is simply because they fucking don't understand, or they're afraid of it. Okay, I know people that are afraid to talk about aliens, okay, because they are so terrified of aliens. Realistically, I guarantee we've been visited by multiple different beings from other planets throughout time, it feels like. I wouldn't doubt it if we have coexisted with them amongst our people right now. Now, are they hostile? Probably not. You want to talk, and this is no offense to to any races out there or anything like that, so make sure nobody takes this the wrong way. But I used to, when I was younger, I used to truly think that like Asian people were another species. And the reason why is their whole culture, everything about the Asian descendants, everything, they have their own existence in a sense. And it's pretty cool, honestly. They have their own culture. And I mean, like a fucking massive culture. Where you can go to Russia, right? Russia has some culture, but at the same time, Russia's kind of like, you know, like Norway, and like they all kind of blend together, and they all fucking Germany, you know, they're all kind of, you know, everyone just kind of blends together there. But Africa, you can't, in my opinion, Africa doesn't really have a lot of fucking culture. I mean, they do, but they really don't have a distinctive culture like China. You know, look at China's culture. It's been going back for how long now? It's like, fuck, thousands and thousands and thousands of years. They've been established culture, you know, in China. Stuff like that. So it's just like, I've always thought like that. When I was a kid, I was like, so who says they're not a fucking alien race that came here? You know? It's been so long, it's not like they're gonna fucking remember this shit. Or the ones that do ain't gonna fucking say nothing. Just think about it, you know? I don't know. I mean, like, well, who's the original ones? Well, who the fuck cares? That's how I look at it. I would love... I mean, I don't know. I could live on a planet with all kinds of different species. I wouldn't give a shit. We already do. We do. We live on a planet covered in different species of life. Like, people don't get that. I swear. I'm like, it's just another species of life. I have one person, they're like, yeah, but it's an intelligent species of life. I'm like, okay, so what? I can have a conversation with it? Like, I've always wanted to talk with my dog. I would love to talk to my dog. I'm just saying. That's how I look at it. What if a whole species of dog people came? Like, you know how fucking cool that would be? I'm just saying. It'd be fucking weird at first, but it'd be cool too. I don't know, unless they tried to like mate with our dogs or some shit. Like, these are our ancestors. I'd catch if I fucked an alien. Hey, you know what? Let me ask you, be 100% truthful. And I mean 100% truthful to this. I'm going to answer too. Would you fuck an alien if everything wasn't going to kill you or harm you or anything, and they looked humanoid, but they just had slight differences or something crazy, something like that? I don't know. Would you be able to sleep with an alien if you had feelings for this being or whatever? Would you be able to do it? Yes or no? I would be able to. I'd fuck an alien. I'm just saying. Why the fuck not? I figure for all you know, we're the fucking aliens, man. Cheers. Why not? Let's go for the braid. I said if it's not like some kind of creepy, harmful alien shit's gonna rip you apart and eat your dick off or some crazy fucked up shit, you know? No, fuck that. No, I mean, there's a lot of people, before it's late, there's a lot of people who would be like, no way, I would never fuck an alien, what the fuck? Difference of opinion, man, I'm just saying. I don't know, you'd have no idea. I'm fucking hot. It give me nightmares? What kind of nightmares? Okay, I mean, I'm not talking about, like, what kind of alien are you thinking of? Like, little green men trying to run a train on you or some crazy shit? An abduction or something? I don't know. I've talked to some people that said they've been abducted by aliens, and they were pretty believable, believe it or not. Now, I'm going to tell you right now. Ooh, the grays. The little ones, yeah. Well, okay, so, perfect example. I knew this girl that said she got abducted by little gray aliens, right? And, she was like, they were touching, doing things to me and all this shit, right? And I was like, I So I was like, well, it couldn't have been all that bad. I mean, they're pretty small, so they couldn't have been all that well endowed, huh? That's all I could think of. I was fucking laughing. I mean, I don't know. I mean, if you were to get abducted by aliens, why would you come back? I'm just saying, like, if I got abducted by aliens, I'm like, yo, take me with you. We can go somewhere else. Fuck this place. I'm done. I'm gonna go live on YouTube from space, guys. Yo, that would be the craziest shit ever. That's at the top of your what? Okay. Sorry. Oh, what? Damn. You should put some cameras up. Like, for real. Hey, I fucking I believe aliens exist, and I believe they probably, you know, walk amongst us, cloaking devices and shit. I mean, I'm just saying, I also fucking I don't have no fear for nothing though. And when I say that, like, okay, perfect example. Like, some people would freak the fuck out, okay, if like this giant 10-foot flaming beast came out of the fucking sky, right? I would fight it. And I'm not fucking joking with you, alright? I am so fucking serious when I say that. My entire fucking life, I love fighting people bigger than me. Alright, I'm 6'1". I'm like in school, I was 6'1", 260. Alright, there was not a lot of people bigger than me. I remember I fought this kid one time who was 6'6", and he was like fucking 290, man. And it was like the greatest fight of my whole fucking life. I loved that shit. So I would fight something like that. I would, I swear to God. Let alone I also carry guns and extra ammunition and weapons and shit all the time everywhere I go. I mean, there was a time in my life I had a fucking battle axe for home defense. Like, I ain't fucking playing. Like, it was just something somebody had traded me for some fucking weed one time. But I was like, I so would. I would hit somebody in the fucking head with a battle axe who came through my fucking door hostile. Just saying. I mean, why the fuck not? No, so like, if aliens, right? Perfect example. I would, one, either I'd be cool with them, or two, if I would be hostile. One of the two situations. Like, I'm one of those people. Like, me and this one guy had a conversation one time at this fucking, at this party. And, we were both obviously drunk. And, we were trying to talk about who was tougher, right? And our conversation turned into a competition, and our competition turned into who could put their head through drywall. Like, I'm just like that kind of person. I don't know. It's since I was young, I used to get in fights all the time, all kinds of shit like that. I used to get jumped. Like, my very first fight, I was like fucking, I think I was like fucking maybe 7 years old, and I got jumped by a bunch of 8th graders. Who gets jumped by 8th graders at fucking 7 years old? These are like fucking 13-year-old kids jumping a fucking 7-year-old. That was my first fight, and they couldn't knock me out or nothing. Like, I fucking broke out of their fucking, they were holding me up and beating me. I broke out of it, grabbed the one kid, and I kneed him in the face as hard as I could. This kid went out into the gutter, and I just fucking, I took off. I'll never forget that shit. That was my first fight. But I remember, this one time I had this one kid kicked me in the face on the playground. I was in 4th grade at this point. This is a little bit after that fight, the first one. I remember going in the playground, and I was climbing up this ladder thing, right? And this fucking kid, he comes around the corner and just, boom, I see a foot. That's all I saw was a foot kick me in the face, right? And I fell off this ladder, and I fucking, it knocked the wind out of me. I remember that shit. That shit sucked. Oh, don't trip. No, but anyways, I remember this kid, right? So he kicked me off this fucking ladder, and I went to this fucking that's why I'm changing subjects for you, creepy. I fucking anyways, this kid kicks me, right? So I go off this fucking ladder, and I fall, and it knocks the wind out of me. Shit, I almost pooped myself at that moment. And I get up, you know, whatever, the kid's gone. I remember a teacher came and got me because it was time to go to class, and I didn't say nothing. That happened or whatever. I remember I went to class or whatever, and one of my friends told me who it was. So I asked the kid if it was him, and he said, "Yeah, what are you gonna do about it?" Right? So I was like, "All right." So I waited till we were at lunch, and this kid came into the bathroom, and I told him he had to apologize. Right? This is the first thing I said to him. This was the second fight of my life, the first time I engaged somebody, and I told this kid, I was like, you know, you're gonna apologize. I was like, or I'm gonna kick your ass. And he was like, I ain't apologizing to no fat kid, right? And I was like, all right. I was like, I'm gonna give you 10 seconds to change your mind, right? We're standing in the bathroom, and I started counting down. Like, this was literally I was like probably, because I was 10 in 5th grade, so I'd have been like 8 or 9 at this point, between 8 and 9 years old, right? And at 8, 9 years old, I was probably, see, just visualize it. Anyways, so I fucking, you know, I start counting down. I'm like 10, 9, 8, right? And he's like, oh, you ain't gonna do nothing. You ain't gonna do nothing, like all this shit, right? And I get to 1. I was like, all right, I warned you. And I hit this kid so fucking hard in the face. He fell into the urinal, right? Head first, oosh, right into the urinal. And he covers up like this. I literally hit this kid about 30 times, just boom, 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 as many times as I could punch him, right? And he's crying, all this shit, and I was like, all right. I was like, I told you should have said sorry, and walked out of the bathroom, right? Ever since that moment, I have fought every fucking bully, anybody that ever stood up to me, I fought them. Anybody I saw doing something wrong to somebody, I'd get into a fight with them. I've been in fights with teachers, you name it. I got in a fight with my gym coach one time. This fucking dude, I fucking was chewing gum in the gym, right? His name was Coach White. Me and him got in 3 fist fights in 2 years. We got in 3 fist fights, me and this teacher. I remember fucking, I was chewing gum, and he was like, go spit your fucking gum out, right? And I was like, I ain't spitting my gum out, fuck you. And he's like, oh, what? He's like, can't wait till lunch, you gotta practice chewing now. I fucking tackled this motherfucker. Just started punching him in the face. I spit my gum out in his hair, though. I was like, you bitch. He never told anybody. That was the thing. He got in fights with kids all the time, and he never, ever fucking reported it. Like that. He's still there. This is like 10 years ago, and this guy is still a fucking coach at the school. And I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm like, how are you still there, dude? Like, my cousin had him and shit, and he even told me, he was like, yeah, man, he still gets in fights with kids. Still does it. I remember I got in a fight with this one kid one time in the locker, or in the gymnasium during PE. And, I remember this fuck, because, like, we would have to run laps and stuff, and I could run. Like I said, I used to play football, but, my junior year, when I was 17, I didn't care. I stopped doing everything. I stopped doing sports, dropped out of school, basically, all that shit like that went bad. But basically, when I was there, I would just fucking, we'd instead of fucking running, you know, running laps, whatever, we'd just fucking smoke when we were walking or whatever. And I remember one time I got in a fight with this kid. He fucking ran up and he fucking tried to steal my hat. I'm like, we're in PE. I'm like, where are you gonna fucking go? Like, you're in the same fucking class, dude. Yeah, there's like 60 kids here, but I'm gonna fucking know who you are, dude. What the fuck? Right? And I fucking chased this dude down, and he was a skinny little motherfucker. And I remember I chased this kid down. I fucking put him in a headlock. Like, I choked this kid out. And the coach came up to me and whatever, he broke it up. And I thought he was gonna fucking get me in trouble for this shit. He was like, damn. He's like, I didn't know you could run like that. He's like, why don't you run when we're fucking supposed to? And I was like, because I choose not to. I was like, fuck you. I mean, so he wasn't like the absolute worst human being, but I mean, damn, he was irritating as fuck. I'll tell you that. I hear my son out there. He's just having a fucking blast, man. Man, we got fucking all the Christmas stuff up. We did Christmas early this year. Normally we do Christmas after Thanksgiving, but we decided to do it early. There's a new study out that says People that celebrate the holidays early tend to be 20 to 30% happier and more fulfilled with the next year following. So, you know, I'm all one for trying new shit, especially psychological things like that. So I definitely want to, you know, encourage people. Start your holidays up. Get your decorations up. Put a little tree up. Get some lights going. My gym teacher in school was the shit. I had one my freshman year in high school, but he was also the defensive football coach too. His name was Coach Isola. We used to call him Coach Ice. He was a steroid raging motherfucker. He was another one that used to get in fights with kids. Never got in a fight with him myself. He was pretty fucking awesome. I remember I got in a fight one time with this one kid. He sucker punched me and took off running. And he broke my nose basically when he did it. So, you know, my shit's leaking, right? And this kid took off running. Yay, weed! Right. But anyways, right, so this kid breaks my nose. He hits me, right? This kid hit me. He jumped off a staircase. Like, I saw the camera afterwards because we had to figure out who did it. We didn't know who did it, whatever. But this kid, like, literally jumped off the stairs, and I turned around at the same time because I heard someone running, right? So I turned around, and this kid just, boom, hit me in the face, right? With everything he had. And I went like this, and I came back up to swing, and he took off running because he thought he was going to knock me out or knock me down, and I didn't go nowhere. Now, keep in mind, guys, at this point, I've been in fights my whole life. I've been hit in the face with a bat, golf club, brick. Like, I literally did the brick to the face like fucking Debo from Friday. I remember I was talking to this one girl I was dating at the time in junior high, and this kid that didn't like that I was talking to her, he fucking threw this fucking big ass brick, just whoosh, boom, hit me in the face. Like, I fucking went down to one knee like I was about to propose to this bitch, and I stood right back up too. That kid took off running. Like, he ran so fast, he jumped a wall and all this shit. I was like, what the fuck? Like, I ain't gonna lie, like, that shit dazed me. But I can take a hit. Like, I tell people that I'm the best fucking friend when it comes to that kind of shit. I've been hit with the shovel too, accidentally though. Golf club was an accident too. The golf club was what dumbass friend. But that shit, he hit me hard as fuck either way, and it was a fucking it was one of those big wood fucking ones. Oh man, that shit hurt so fucking bad. I got a hard skull, so damn, on purpose. No, I used to fucking I don't know. I used to, when I was younger, and this sounds silly or whatever, but I used to tap on my head all the time, like this, all the time. And I still do it every now and then. Well, I also learned later on in life that the monks in Tibet, they tap on their skull to harden the skull as their children. So it creates a harder surface. I didn't know that. I was like, what? I was like, oh, that's crazy. I wonder if that's why. I was like, kind of makes sense, you know? I chucked a basketball one time at that same coach that I got in a fight with. He said something to me, and I turned around and I threw a basketball and hit him in the face with it. He wore glasses too. I shattered his glasses. He still, yet again, never reported it. Like, he was kind of, like I said, it was kind of funny like that. Me and a friend used to walk. Oh, we used to slap box. That was our thing when I was in school. That was a big thing. We used to slap box, and like, a lot of people would always want to slap me because I was fat. They're like, "Oh, I want to slap the fat kid." I am the fast motherfucker. Now, keep in mind, guys, I was in Taekwondo for a very long time. I did a lot of martial arts. I know judo, a lot of different shit. All right, growing up, I'm fast. Just because I'm big doesn't mean shit. I learned how to use my size for momentum instead of it being to slow me down. And that's a real thing. Like, if you study martial arts, you will understand how that works. Been hit in the face with a brick. I've been hit with a tennis racket. I got chased with a tennis racket by a girl's mom one time. This bitch was mean, man. I was like, I wasn't even doing it. I was selling weed to her daughter. And we were smoking, and she fucking came out and just started screaming at me. She's like, "You're not gonna fuck my daughter." Started hitting me with a tennis racket. I'll never forget that shit. But
I had a lot of interesting shit happen when I was young. Between like 15 and 17, or not even, like 15 to 18, I had a lot of fucking fun shit happen. But that's what life's about, you know, is you gotta enjoy some of the shit you do when you're young. And that's why I encouraged my cousins, you know, to get out of their shell. Don't be the fucking kid that just has like 2 or 3 friends. Try to be somebody in school if you can. Enjoy those times because it goes fast. And then once life hits, the popular kids, they don't fucking matter. Having parties and all that group shit, that don't matter. You end up having a handful of friends, and that's about it. You know, my best friend Mike is he's literally been my best friend since high school. You know, we've been best friends ever since, and we're still friends. We talk literally every fucking day. So, you know, but he was a part of almost everything that happened to me. Almost every story I can tell, he was there, which is pretty fucking awesome, you know, to have someone like that. And not everybody does, you know, so I encourage that. My cousins, you know, they have fun, they go out, they did their thing, they party, they, you know, and now they're starting to, like my one cousin, he's, he's 20, he's about to be 21 in March, and my other younger cousin, he's going on 19, right? And they're starting to slow down, and it's kind of cool to see. It's like they're kind of following the same path I did. You know, I partied up for 17, 18, really fucking hard. Like, I fucking was an alcoholic. I drank nonstop, always partying. Like, I used to kill a fucking, a keg, a little one of those pony kegs of Heineken a day, all right? That's not okay at 18 years old, 17, 18 years old, all right? You don't need to be drinking like that. And your parents shouldn't be providing it to you, all right? I'm just saying, like, all for, you know, safe drinking with your kids, and at that age, you know, you're going to do it. But don't buy it daily, just saying. No judgment or nothing, but come on. I love my dad and all, but he'd always drink with me, so that was the thing. Now, like I said, I didn't kill it. I didn't drink it by myself. Don't get me wrong. I didn't drink it by myself. Normally it was me, my buddy Mike, my dad. Sometimes my buddy Will would drink with us. But what I like is that me and my buddy Mike, out of everybody we knew, and we had a big group of people, we're the only two that didn't go down the road with hard drugs. We didn't start doing meth or heroin. We didn't fall into the shit of the world or the city that kind of drags you down. One of my best friends, Will, he was like a little brother. This is the one that had the incident with the girlfriend's dog, the dumbass that got himself fucking arrested and all that shit. He fucking, you know, he's homeless now. But he's homeless by choice. And that's what I don't get. Like, I asked him, I was going to offer him a place to stay. And, you know, I have a house. I have space, and I know he would never steal from me, ever, regardless if he was homeless, needed something. He already knows that. We've been been way through way too much shit. And he's also seen me on the dark side of shit, too. Like, we used to run together, we used to sell together and shit. But I asked him, you know, if he's trying to get a job or where he's looking for a job. I was going to offer him a place and everything. And he was like, yeah, I can't work for nobody. I don't want a job. And I'm just like, you don't want a job? What do you mean? You don't want to work or nothing? He's like, no. He got custody of his kid and chose to give his kid to his parents and be homeless instead of living he could live with them and live with his son. He just had to have a job and get his shit together. And I guess it's just not enough for him. And I feel, do you know how, I don't know, I feel like if I could somehow become him, I could fix his life. You know, and this was somebody who was like was like a little brother. But he doesn't want no job. He doesn't want no help. Exactly. I could get him a job. I could get him, you know, have him a place to stay. You know, he can bathe, take a shower, wash his clothes, you know, all that shit. But he doesn't want that. And I'm like, how do you not want to try to get, you know, your life back? I don't understand, you know, how that works. If I didn't break my back, I would have never stopped working. I love work. I love making money. That's my favorite thing to do, is making money. And that's what my whole mindset right now is, getting back into the mindset of getting my, you know, schedules back together and getting, you know, back to working. See, exactly. There are some people that are okay with it. I'm not. I could never be homeless. I could never not have the things that I have. Like, I'm a money person when it comes to it. I could be a stockbroker if I really wanted to. I just don't want to be a douchebag and take other people's money, basically. I don't want to make money on other people. Is that bad? Like, is that a bad thing? Like, I want to be an honest person, so that way when I give back to the world, I don't have so much skepticism about it. That's literally like my mindset in it. It's like I don't want to be judged for wanting to help people. Because that's how a lot of times in the world is when someone wants to help, then it's like, well, why? What did you do? What are you trying to make up for? Who are you trying to please? Who are you trying to impress? What are you trying to achieve? What are you trying to get passed by without people noticing? You know, like there's always got to be a reason behind it. And I would just want to help people. If it was up to me, I would literally buy every foreclosed home in my city and give it away to people. Do you know how many people that struggle so much their whole life because they don't have a house? They don't own their home. It's so terrible. I mean, I lost my brother because of money. He believed money was so important that it defined his existence of life. And that's not true. So that's why I said if it was up to me, I will. And it is up to me. That's the whole thing, is that I will be in that position. I will be able to give back to people. And I will be able to change the way that the world sees everything. I don't know how yet. That's my thing, is I'm not sure how. I don't know where it's going to happen. But the moment will occur. And it's because I believe it'll occur. That's sweet. And see, that's one thing that I tell people. You know, you could always do something nice for somebody. I know you don't have to do much. And it's the littlest thing, the smallest little detail of someone's, giving that could change someone's life, could give them the drive to keep going. Simply just being kind to somebody, smiling. Hell, I read a story about a guy who walked down the San Francisco Bridge wanting to kill himself, and all he wanted was one person to smile at him. He said if one person would just smile at him, he wouldn't do it. He said not one person smiled. So he jumped off the bridge. That was the message in his pocket. And I was like, how sad is that? Just to think about that. So that's why anytime I see somebody, I smile. I smile at every single person I see because I don't know what their day is like. I don't know what their life is like. I don't know what they're going through. But what I do know is that I'm there, they're there, and I can give them a smile. I can say hello. How are you? Because even at that moment, even if they're about to break, if someone asks how you are, it is simply a true gesture of kindness. And you truly can be the light for somebody in a dark place sometimes. And you never know. And that's why I always tell people too, if you're on the other side of that, if you are in a dark place, do not be afraid to ask for help. Sometimes you can't find your way on your own. There's nothing wrong with that. And you have to know we're not meant to solve our problems alone. Society was never designed to be that way. Right? So as a person, you have every right to feel, and you have every right to feel compassion. So when someone is sad, be sad with them. Show sorrow. Choose to be human, It doesn't make you weak. That's one thing I tell somebody. I can cry with somebody and I can fight with somebody in the same moment. Because I know what emotions are there for. They don't control me. I choose to allow them to be there. That is what an emotion is. A lot of people have lost grasp of that, unfortunately. But it is what it is with that. Someday the world will be a better place. At least I hope so for my son. But I will teach them to live that way and to be as blissful as possible at all times. But always stand your ground and always, be willing to fight for what you believe in. That's one thing I tell everybody always fight for what you believe in, no matter what it is, no matter who you lose in the moment. Stand up for what you believe in, because at the end of the day, when all is gone and life ends, you are alone with yourself. And at the last moment of life, you want to know that you are okay with who you are. You don't want to end your life knowing that you never were truly you. At least I don't. I choose to be myself at all aspects, at all times. And, you know, you can't always count on, you know, other people for your happiness. You can't always count on life going the way you want it to. Because you got to remember, even though you're using your mind to control your universe, there's other people out there doing the same exact thing. So sometimes someone else's thoughts might outpower yours. That's why I tell people, is keep your mindset as powerful as possible. Oh yeah, sometimes. But you know what? I'd rather freak somebody out by smiling at them and be nice rather than not. Now, I mean, there's a different way to smile, I guess. You don't have to be like, you know, that creepy ass have a butcher knife in hand smile. But, you know, just a kind, how are you? You know, can change someone's whole day. My thing I tell everyone is to have a good day. Like, even a stranger. Like, I'll be checking the mail, and somebody will fucking go to check their mail or whatever, and I'm like, hey, how's it going? And they're just like, they get kind of, oh, that's good. How are you? And I'm like, I'm doing great. And, you know, it's wonderful weather, you know, and talk about something. And then, you know, that's normal. It's a normal conversation with a neighbor or something, right? And then as they leave, I always tell them, have a great day. And they just look at you like, okay, thank you. You too. Right? Like, they didn't think they should have a great day before or something, because they're so in shock that you told them to have a good day. You know, it's kind of crazy. Like, next time you talk to a stranger or something, tell them to have a good day. Here's one I'll tell you right now, creepy, you can do it. This is a fucking a fucking fun thing I do all the time, and it creates really good bonds too. With your dealer, show your appreciation. Tell them, like, actually write them. Like, oh, I always write after I get like from one of my friends that drops off something to me, or somebody I know that's personal. I always write them and I tell them, you know, I really appreciate it and thank you. And they're like they always tell me that you're the fucking most polite customer I have. And they give me so much more. Like, I get the best fucking deals for the cheapest fucking prices with the most amount and shit. And it just works in your favor. Being nice is not a bad thing. You know, I do tell people though, when it comes to you know, you always hear the statement, nice guys finish last. Yes, they do, but they always finish. You guys realize that? That's the thing. Now, don't always be the nicest person. Don't get taken advantage of, obviously. But have some ground with your kindness, you know, I guess. So that way people don't try to take advantage of you. Yeah. See, I try to kill people with kindness. Like, when someone's mad or angry or something, I can change their whole demeanor simply by being over kind. Sometimes it pisses them off, but that's even funnier. I think it's funny when it pisses them off. Causing problems over there. He had a bitch fit. I like that word. He had a bitch fit. Someone started saying when my son freaks out. He's having a bitch fit. Alright, guys. Cheers. We're going to go in on the sour. Or no, we're smoking on this LVCOG. Cheers. Make sure you guys hit those thumbs up. Like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. I appreciate it. Man, I'm faded. Woo! Super faded. Right? I'm fucking high as a motherfucker. So we have smoked some of the New York Sour Diesel, as well as the LVC OG from Las Vegas Cannabis Cultivation. And the New York Sour Diesel is from what was it? Qualicon, I think is what it's called. Yeah, Qualicon Cultivation is the other one. Cheers to everybody out there. Hope you guys are all had a great fucking evening. Appreciate you all hanging out here in this late live that we're doing for Sunrise Sessions. Just saying, sunrise somewhere, right? Probably not, but hey, whatever. Fuck it. Alright, guys. We're going to call this one a thing. I'm going to jump off of here. We're going to do some, I think we're going to do some gaming. We'll be back. I gotta go get my Xbox out of the living room. We were playing out there last night, so I'm going to come bring it in here and set back up to live, I think. But melt your face off. Hey, well, look, I'm going to go live on Sessions420, so let it melt your face off when you can come hang out with me over there. How about that? Alright? Now, here's the question. Should I go live on here or should I go live on Twitch? What do you guys think? Let me know. Let me know. What do you guys think? Twitch or YouTube? Because I'm not sure. Try Twitch. What do you think, Keeper? What's your take on it? That's what I was thinking. I get a lot more hits over there than on Sessions420. I'm actually thinking about changing the name of Sunrise Sessions420, by the way, because I looked it up as in search criteria. It has the most difficult. It has a scale of 1 to 10. It's rated 8 on difficulty to find when typing it in. So it's one of the most difficult channels to find and come across. So I think we may end up changing the name. We're not really sure yet. So, but you guys will know. But yeah, I think maybe we'll try Twitch. I think we're gonna go on Twitch. I will let you guys know on Instagram, so keep a lookout for that in the next 10 minutes. All right. Good morning, Mary Jane. I like that. I actually like that. That's nice. I like it. That actually has a nice ring to it. Alrighty then. I'm gonna go get out of here real quick, go set up the Xbox, and I gotta make some tea real quick, since I said about 10 minutes. Alright, everybody. Appreciate you guys all being here. As always, I love each and every one of you fucking guys. Make sure you guys hit those thumbs up on the way out. Like, share, and subscribe as always. And I'm gonna get the fuck out of here. As always, I love you all. Stay lifted. Kaz out. Peace.